tuned in to Angela, but I call her Yee.
Yo, way up. Happy Monday. Yes, and I'm here with my guy, Akeem Woods, comedian.
What's up?
You're fresh back from Jacksonville.
Yes. Dusty Jacksonville.
Don't do that.
No
it
shade.
Was the hotel.
It was the hotel.
It was just the hotel. Because I was telling you, I love when I go to Jacksonville and then Amelia Island is right there.
I know. I saw the pictures. I wish you would have told me.
I know. I didn't know. That hotel, though, a hotel will ruin the whole trip for you. Well, let's get the show started with some love and positivity. And to let you know that Giveon is going to be joining us today. He's got a new album, Beloved, coming out July 11th. So we got an exclusive sit down with him. But let's shine a light, 800-292-5150. When we come back, we're going to spread some love on this Monday. It's Way Up.
We gon' light the block up. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Akeem Woods.
What's up?
By the way, before we even shine this light, shine a light on Godfrey, who's going to be filming his stand-up special.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that shortly. Right now, I want to shine a light on Desunda Brown Duckett. She is the president and CEO of TIAA, but she also is now one of the investors in the New York Liberty. I love that she's the only black investor among the new ownership lineup. So that's a huge deal. And I recently was at an event with her, but just to even have a seat at that table, you know, the New York Liberty is no joke. If you watched the game over the weekend, it was Ellie's birthday, but they also blew out the other team.
Nice.
So we love our New York Liberty. So shout out to Desunda Brown Duckett for that. Now, Yusef, who do you want to shine a light on?
Shine a light on Quality Direct QWERTY printing
That's dope, right?
in New Jersey. Embroidery, screen printing, black owned, over 15 years in the business. Also does training, everything for the kids, does community stuff for the schools.
Wait, break it down for me so I can understand. So it's an embroidery business.
He does everything.
He does everything.
Embroidery, direct to film printing. That means if you have a design that has 25 colors in it, he can design it, print it for you, comes out flawlessly.
That's nice because sometimes they only could do 2 colors, so that's dope.
Q does it all. Quality Direct, QWERTY Direct on Instagram. Check them out. That's my man.
All right, thank you for calling. All right, well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, leave a message and Shine a Light and last word. Akeem, are you ready for Yee?
I am.
When we come back, you know, the word I've been hearing from a lot of people behind the scenes is that Diddy is planning to get this Donald Trump pardon. Well, now there is something to combat that.
Ooh, hopefully.
So it should be interesting to see how this plays out, but we'll tell you who's against it. It's Way Up.
Way Up with Angela Yee. Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Akeem Woods. You ready to catch up?
Yes. What's
on
going
this
on?
All right. Well, first, let's talk about Diddy and this potential pardon from Trump. You know, this has been something that's been talked about. People are saying none of this matters because Donald Trump is planning to pardon Diddy. And it's kind of a thing where, you know, if you have money, you can get that presidential pardon just like you can become a citizen if you pay for it. But anyway, here is what Donald Trump had to say on Fox News.
First of all, I'd look at what's happening. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up. I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on them.
Money talks, baby.
Yeah.
You see them donation campaigns.
Also, that's a lie. He's being bought. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Like,
allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
We have to say
well,
allegedly.
50 Cent posted this and said he said some really bad things about Trump. It's not okay. I'm going to reach out so he knows how I feel about this guy. Man, so I don't know, but 50's been wanting to make sure that Diddy stays put.
Yeah.
Even though he posted an AI free Diddy t-shirt at the Knicks game.
Yeah.
All right. Now, in other news, Zion Williamson, there's a rape accuser who is seeking $18 million to $50 million in a lawsuit against him, a Jane Doe. According to this Jane Doe, she started dating him when he was a freshman at Duke in 2018 until 2023. And she claims that during the course of their relationship, he engaged in a continuing pattern of abusive, controlling, and threatening behavior. It was sexual, physical, emotional, and financial in nature, according to these allegations. So anyway, now that this has happened, this has kind of opened up the floodgates for, I don't know if you know this story, but there's a woman named Mariah Mills. She is a model and influencer, and she has basically been saying a lot of things about Zion Williamson previous to this lawsuit happening, about how he didn't treat her right. She said they had a secret relationship in 2023. And this is all around the time that he ended up having a child with his girlfriend, Akima. They welcomed their first child. And so I guess she was upset about that. Well, now she's saying that she plans to come forward and has even contacted Tony Busby to represent her. Here's what she said.
The amount of bashing, humiliation, slander, and threats that I've been receiving these last 3 years have been a lot. I just hope we all can come to justice and this all can be resolved and nobody has to relive all these things ever again.
So she's now going to go ahead and do her own as well, is what it's looking like. On Zion Williamson's behalf, his attorney did respond and said they plan to file a counterclaim against this Jane Doe and seek significant damages for this lawsuit. We take these allegations with the utmost seriousness and we unequivocally deny them, and that they're categorically false and reckless. All right, well, that is your YT.
Okay.
Ooh, that's what I'm saying. Move safe out here, everybody. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. Can't wait to hear about your time in Jacksonville. I'll tell you about my weekend. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
I know that's right. It's Monday. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Akeem Woods is here with me.
What's up, guys?
Fresh back from Jacksonville, Florida. How was that?
The shows were great.
Okay.
It was the second worst hotel I've ever stayed in.
What was the first?
The first one was in Columbus, Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I saw you post this hotel.
Yeah, it's bad. If you want to look, guys, Akeem Woods, AKEEM Woods on Instagram. I posted.
So what do you do in a situation like that?
Cry.
It made me think of a time, comedians on the road, but Shantae Wayans and Ida Rodriguez, they came to see me in New Orleans. I was having my birthday party there with Larry Morrow.
Yeah.
And Shantae booked the worst hotel room.
I think I remember. I think Ida told me that story.
I think they said there was blood on the floor and the carpet. So they ended up just staying in my room for the night because I was like, I had a big suite. I was like, just please don't go back. They felt like it wasn't safe. Did you feel unsafe?
Oh, 100%. You open the door and you just outside.
Wow.
Like the highways there, drug dealers. It's like, it's bad.
That's crazy because I've always had great experiences in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But clearly not this one.
Yeah.
Well, I had some time to chill at home this weekend, which was nice. Use my barbecue grill, which is something that normally, I don't have a chance to do. My boy Robinson came over and made some curry chicken.
You have any left?
No, we ate it all.
Damn.
We finished everything last night. But he came over, did that, plus used the grill. So we had a good time this weekend, just being at home. I think it's really nice when you can set your space up where you like to actually be at home. It took me a long time to feel comfortable.
I know. I heard about your propane debacle.
Oh, yeah. Didn't know how to get propane for the grill. But, just learning and growing as I go along. But that is about last night. I also caught up on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's it. I always got to catch up on something because I believe that Drew is going to be coming up here at some point soon. But when we come back, it's time for Tell Us a Secret. I know you love this.
It's my favorite segment.
800-292-5150. If there's anybody that won't judge you and has some amazing secrets, it's my guy Akeem here. Go look at his Tri Lip Tales.
Yes.
There's a new one up.
There is a new one out because
that
it's
is
Pride
posted
Month, y'all.
and pinned. It's Pride Month.
'Tis the season.
First of all, every month is Pride Month for you, okay?
That is true, but now it's on paper.
Well, it's 800-292-5150. You know what this is. It's a no judgment zone. You get to remain anonymous. We just want to hear the tea. That's 800-292-5150. Call us up and tell us a secret. It's way up.
Woo. Tell us your darkest secret. Call 800-292-5150. This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo. Way up.
Shh. This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Akeem Woods. What's up?
Hey.
And this is your favorite segment.
It is. I'm very excited about it.
All right. Tell us a secret. 800-292-5150. Call us up. It's a no judgment zone and you're anonymous. What's up, anonymous caller? What's your secret?
So, check this out. My wife works at, like a vape shop.
A vape shop. Okay.
And she has a lot of customers that come in. So she meets this older guy, and he says that he just lost his mom and dad, the sob story. And, you know, she says, hey, can he come over and spend the night? He doesn't have anywhere to stay for the night. I said, okay. Made the man a home-cooked meal. I find out the next day, they've been on my language. They've been intimate.
Oh.
She had me cook this man a meal and have him sleep over in our house.
How did you find out that she's been sleeping with him?
2 nights ago, the phone rang. Sure enough, just checked it and read everything I needed to read.
Oh, you checked her messages.
And we have a 3-year-old together. So
No.
It's like,
so did you say anything to your wife yet?
I have confronted her. I have asked her, where is this coming from? I think it may stem from like a childhood trauma.
Are you planning to stay with her?
I don't think I can.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm stuck.
In your house is so disrespectful. I mean, there's levels of cheating, I want to say. And that is like...
Exactly. There's levels to it.
That's level
It's
20
like,
out of 10.
The only thing worse than that would have been to catch him in the act in our bed.
Eek, in your bed. And I'm sure they've done that too.
Yeah.
You know, I want to say
And I'm
this.
sure, and you're right, and I'm sure they did that too.
There's a person I know who went through something where his wife actually did sleep with somebody in the house, and he took her back. They worked through it. Same thing, childhood trauma. She was going through a lot. And guess what she did? She did
Cheated
it again.
Yeah, what's a cheater? Always a cheater. That's what they say.
Cheater, always a cheater?
Is she sorry? Like, what is she saying? Because I don't know how you
Did she admit to it? Like, when you finally was like, hey, girl, listen, I read the text. Did she like, admit, or did she deflect?
She completely admitted to it. I said, you could have just, like, cheated and, like, left it at that. Why bring him to our house?
Yeah, because now you look like a fool, because now you're over here cooking for the dude.
What did you make?
And asking the important question.
I made it in a crock pot. I cooked down a chicken for 8 hours, and it was like a chicken paella. That's the other thing. I cooked for her. I cleaned for her. She lives in a house that she does not pay for. It is owned outright by me. I own both cars, and I own our boat. Nothing is in her name.
She owns a boat. Okay, well, at this point, cheat on her with me.
No. She owns nothing. I own everything.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Cheat on her with me, yo. Let's do it.
Can you make lasagna?
Can you make lasagna? It's Pride Month. If you're trying to make real mistakes, this is how you get her back.
You know what? Listen, at this point, it almost feels like being with a man might make more sense. I'm just tired of getting it.
Hey, listen, I would love a boat.
By women that just think that there's no repercussions to this.
And some chicken pie.
Listen, all I'm saying, if you want to leave her for me, unknown, semi-famous comedian, I'm all for it.
All right. Well, look, things might work
happy
out.
Pride Month, and anyone else out there that's going through what I'm going through, God bless.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that. Thank you, man.
He's such a nice guy. He's in good spirits. I love that you shoot your. Look what they say. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly. We started listing the boats and the cars and the houses. I'm like, girl, listen.
That was bird behavior for you, though, I want to say. But anyway, that is, tell us the secret, 800-292-5150. Call us up in case you couldn't get through. You could leave a secret for last word. And when we come back, we have your Yee tea. And speaking of people who are breaking up, let's talk about Cardi B and her new boo, Stefan Diggs, and all of the
and Offset
drama
going
surrounding
crazy.
that. It's way up.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Akeem Woods.
What's up?
Have you ever had a public dispute on social media when you break up with somebody?
No.
Okay, thank God. Well, let's get into this Yee tea. Man, listen, let me tell you something. Cardi B was going off on Offset. And I want to say, as much as people tell Cardi B, you shouldn't be online with this, and she's even said that Stefan Diggs has told her, like, stop bringing it to online. This is the era she grew up in, and she will tell you, this is just how I handle things. Like, it's hard for her to, she's like, people keep going at me, digging at me, and at some point she's going to respond. Well, one thing that just happened, she was on X Spaces, and she talked about wanting to be done with her marriage. She doesn't even want to get anything from him. She don't want no child support. She don't want anything. But what she's upset about is now that they're saying that Offset has asked for spousal support amidst their divorce that's happening. And here's what she had to say on social media.
I know it's his ass gonna tell the Breakfast Club the only reason why this motherfucker asking for spousal support because I was asking for everything and because I don't be with my kids. Yo, you such a ass. Word to my mother. I want you to die, but I want you to die slow.
I mean, she was fuming
about
this.
That is a lot.
But you know what I think really bothered her is the fact that he put out a statement, his team saying that she's not with the kids. If there's anything that's going to make a mother mad, because she seems like she's a good mom, is somebody saying that you're not with your kids and you're not a good mom. And now he knows that's how I'm going to keep digging at you and getting under your skin. And now she also had some things to say about how he's been handling things when it comes to him seeing the kids and handling his responsibilities as a dad.
When I first filed for divorce, my lawyer filed for and this started spazzing, right? So in the renewed divorce paper, I asked for no child support because I want to be done with this marriage. There is not one day that he's not allowed to see my kids. He stood up my kids 3 times. He have seen Blossom only like 5 times.
Which, that's the youngest.
That's the new kid.
Yeah,
that they just
everybody
had.
was like, oh, she revealed the name of the baby in the midst of all this. You know what I mean? Another thing that happened was she did preview some new music that she's singing along to on social media. We don't know if this is like, you know, she's got new music coming, so we don't know if this is going to be on the album. It sounds great, though.
It
Here
does.
it
The
is.
beat's fire.
I tell you these again, say ish, please believe me. They go on anything, these again, way too easy. Good for nothing, load on dirty dogs, I'm convinced. Next time you see your mama, tell her how she raised the pimp. I'm going out on the pop outside, cause it's hot out. You was playing games, and you on time out. But I'm fine, you're trying to find out. I've been cuffed up too long, let me remind you.
Cuffed up too long. And I want to say what Stefan did, because clearly they're celebrating 6 months now. She posted on social media all of the roses and gifts that he's been sending her. And she's ready for chapter 6, as in 6 months. That's their celebration. So the two of them have been together. They've been outside. And it looks like they're having a good time. She's been married all this time. She's had kids. So maybe that's what she needed.
Yeah.
You know, who knows if it's going to be a long time or a good time, but it looks like she's having fun while she's doing it.
Yeah.
Mama gotta have a life.
Yeah.
And I know Offset's having fun.
Yeah.
Period. Like, so hopefully at some point they'll be able to get calmer and just co-parent peacefully. But sometimes it takes a long time to get to that point. Well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them. It's way up.
Check the news. I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Akeem Woods.
What's up?
Comedian extraordinaire. And let's get into some of these under the radar stories. So I don't know if you watched The Conjuring. That's one of my favorite series of horror shows, like movies. It's based on true stories. Annabelle, The Conjuring.
Oh, yeah, I'm a little baby. I can't watch horror movies by myself.
All right. Well, the real life Annabelle doll, because I told you it's based on true stories.
In Louisiana, right?
Yes. Was blamed for all of these incidents by conspiracy theorists. They were saying that it escaped.
Yeah, because the
while on tour in New Orleans.
Did you see the plantation burn down?
Listen, Annabelle is behind that. So what happened is there was the prison breakout happened.
Yeah.
Then, like you just said, there was a fire at a former plantation nearby. So people were saying that Annabelle was behind it, but she is safely back behind lock and key at the Warren Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut, according to the owner of the doll. The doll was taken on a brief tour.
Well, they needed to stop by the White House.
They said the doll was never out of their control. We take extreme precautions when handling or transporting the doll. I'm not playing around with these things. Okay,
No.
You hear me? You know, I was thinking about when you go to Jamaica, there's this place called Rose Hall, right? And you can actually take a tour, but it's supposed to be haunted. And so one time I was there and the driver was like, listen, we were driving past there and I was like, I am not going in there. I'm sorry. I'm not playing around with that. They talk about all the different things that have happened. Would you go to a haunted house on purpose?
No, God, no.
And you know, New Orleans has a lot. Like, I've stayed at a haunted hotel before.
My friend stayed at one on accident.
I didn't know either. I didn't know. I wouldn't purposely choose that.
Yeah,
but,
my
you know,
friend
some
Mia.
people do. Yeah. Everything okay?
She's good.
And I think once you know.
Did you see anything in the hotel?
I felt like I felt something, but I didn't see anything. You just have like a feeling. And I stayed in the room where Whitney Houston died. And when I was, before in Beverly Hills.
Okay, sweet.
I didn't know. And my friend Ernest came by to see me. He was like, what room are you in? I told him. He was like, that's the room Whitney Houston died in.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and it was. When I looked it up, I was like, wow. All right, now a man was allegedly injured on a Disney World water slide. He was 34 pounds over the weight limit. So the weight limit was 300 pounds, and he was about 34 pounds over that. But he had such injuries, Eugene Strickland. He's saying that Walt Disney World was negligent, and he wants more than $50,000 in damages. He just filed this complaint a couple of days ago. And he was airborne for a minute.
First of all, I'd love to see the video. But second of all, if they have any signage that says the weight limit is 300 pounds and you knew you were 334, girl, they're not negligent. You are.
Well, the case is scheduled for a jury trial that's going to start in May of 2027. So he's still got to wait a couple of years.
Oh, he ain't getting that money.
For that trial to happen. But a spokesperson for Walt Disney World has not commented on this so far. And that is your Under the Radar. We do have the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour. Plus, Giveon is going to be joining us. New album, Beloved, is coming out July 11th. But he's got some good stories for us. It's Way Up.
Ask me what I got.
The Way Up Mix kicks off at the top of the hour on Way Up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the room.
From industry shade to all the gossip, Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Akeem Woods.
Hey.
Akeem, are you following everything with this Diddy trial?
I'm following it, yes. I'm not like in it, but I'm seeing the clips.
Well, a couple of recaps from earlier. So, the word around town is that perhaps Donald Trump is thinking about giving a pardon. He's even addressed it personally.
Yeah, he didn't say no.
Right, and 50 Cent has shut that down. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's always been the word, that he's going to get this pardon. So we'll see what happens. In other news, Mia is on the stand again today.
Ooh.
Yes, and the defense is now grilling her. But another person people talked about was Jamie Foxx, because remember when Jamie Foxx got really sick, he was in a coma. People were saying, "Oh, he just hung out with Diddy." That was the rumor that it had something to do with Diddy, right? Well, here is Jamie Foxx making jokes about this at the Comedy Store.
And Diddy crazy, huh? I don't know if he's going to jail, but he's a nasty. That makes you listen to that differently now. Take. What are we taking?
So he's said previously that had nothing to do with him going into a coma. It was not because of hanging out with Diddy. Now, the woman Mia that is on the stand, the defense is asking her different things about working for Diddy and why she did not tell her friend Cassie that Diddy had allegedly sexually assaulted her, and had even defended Diddy and said that he was misunderstood. Another thing that they brought up on the stand was that she said, "I had a nightmare. I was being chased by R. Kelly and you saved me." She sent this message to Diddy. And then they said, "The person you say assaulted you saved you." And then they made an objection and rephrased it. And she wrote, "Sending you all the love in the world." So, the defense is now on the stand trying to rip apart her testimony and make it sound like she's not a victim.
What is her saying that she had a nightmare about R. Kelly? It's a dreams. Like, what?
I guess what they're trying to insinuate is you're saying this person did these things to you, but you're still communicating with him like he's, your savior. If he did this to you, then why are you sending messages like this? Which is quite common when people are
brainwashed
in abusive situations.
But also, people are acting like Diddy is a regular person. Diddy is a very successful person in the music industry. So when people are like, "Well, why are you still around him?" Because you have a contract with him, or because if you call him out, you'll never work in the business again. Like, what are you talking about?
Now, speaking of people who are powerful in the business, this is a story to do with Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. So recently, the Clips did a feature in GQ magazine. And they talked about Kendrick's verse. Kendrick has a verse on a song, "Let God Sort Him Out." And, the problem is that UMG wanted them to take or censor Kendrick's verse. And so because they wouldn't do it, they ended up parting ways. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you want Kendrick on there? But I understand.
They want to cut the verse out completely?
They wanted him to ask him to kind of censor it. And Pusha T was like, "Of course I was never doing that." And then they wanted me to take the record off. And so after a month of not doing it, Steve Gawley, the lawyer over there, was like, "We'll just drop the clips." And he said that can't work because I'm still there solo. But if you let us all go and then eventually let God sort him out, ended up on Rock Nation. And they're saying the rumor is that Jay-Z is going to also have a feature on the album, but we're going to have to wait until July 11th to find out what that is.
Oh, okay.
You know, and they said there's no diss on there to Drake on the song, so we'll see. All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Any question you have, me and Akeem are here to help you out. That's 800-292-5150. You see, I know the number.
I know. Give us a call.
292-5150. It's way up.
Here I go.
Hey, everybody, accent.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
So you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guest host, comedian Akeem Woods.
What's up?
We have a caller on the line for Ask Yee. We have Darnell Rawlings on the line. What's up, Donnell?
First off, don't talk to me about what's up because you have somebody cooking for you. You know I'm the better cook. I don't even talk about
shout
that
out to Robinson. He was killing it. Can you make curry chicken?
You was giggling like he.
Donnell, if you come over and cook and actually know how to make the stove get hot, we would love that.
All right, nobody want to talk about that. Speaking about stove getting hot, what do you do? This is my question.
Mm-hmm.
What do? You're a stand-up comedian. You on stage, and you trying to make these people feel good about themselves. And in the middle of that situation, a whole fight breaks out.
All right, I saw this online. You were at the Improv?
Too. Yeah, I was at the Improv. I'm snitching. Yes, Arlington Improv.
There's footage. Okay, so what happened? Because there was a huge melee.
Was this at the beginning of your set, the middle, or the end?
All right, first of all, don't disrespect me. Let me answer one question at a time, okay? It was at the beginning, and the funny thing about it was I hadn't got into my groove yet, and then when I saw the fight break out, I was like, I know sometimes I might not tell jokes that people like, but I've never told a joke would make people just start whooping ass. I was like, how do you get past this, and do you continue the show? So what you didn't see in the video was I started singing Bill Withers, Sometimes in our lives. We all have men.
You should post that clip. I don't know why you didn't post that.
We need to see the peaceful part of you. Because I'm going to tell you what Donnell's not doing. What Donnell is not doing is jumping in the fight.
Why would I jump in the fight? I'm not jumping in that fight. That was JP.
What if it was me fighting? Would you have jumped in?
For you, I would do anything for you. You know that. Don't even think like that. I won't go to a Diddy party for you. I won't do that. You can try that.
Looks like you've been there, done that. There is footage.
Did you?
But wait, so Donnell, what caused this fight? Let's stay on track here.
Yes.
It was three dudes that tried to jump on this guy, right? Mm-hmm. Apparently, it was a beef that already happened. I understand street beef, but who goes to a comedy club,
right,
to fight? It was one dude. Three guys, right? And I will say he held his own. And I'm telling you, if they're having a bar,
he held his own.
Don't pick up the chair. The picking up the chair, you get one swing. But it was like the thing that really I was happy about is that nobody got hurt. It was an unfortunate situation. Mm-hmm. And you know, Texas is a state where they had guns. And when I was on stage, all I kept saying was, no, that's not a Brooklyn gunshot.
I saw a lady got on stage with you. People was out there.
Not only did they get on stage, they was taking selfies.
In the middle of a fight.
Imagine.
It was one dude in the front row that did not stop eating his wings.
I'm not letting my wings go either.
It was crazy, but I'm glad everybody's...
Well, you're a trooper, Donna, and I'm just glad the fight ain't have nothing to do with you for once. I'm so happy.
You are so mean to me.
Yeah, I'm happy. It had nothing to do with you, and you held it down.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something, Korea. Nuna Salang Hamnida. You know what I said?
No.
Sister, I love you.
I love you too, Darnell. Thank you for calling with the update.
Cool. Eat touch. I just told you to shut up. That's how I got to end it.
Oh, my God.
Shut up. Eat touch.
Hey, besa mi culo, okay?
Oh, my God. I'm done now. I'm getting out of here.
Adios. Sayonara. Yeah, you can go on Darnell's page, and you can actually see that fight in its half entirety. But it looks like it was going well on stage until that point. That's a good thing.
It's a good video. Go watch it, y'all.
All right, but when we come back, somebody who you won't get into a fight at their show, Giveon, is going to be joining us. He's got a new album coming out July 11th, Beloved, and he's here exclusively on Way Up. It's Way Up.
Everybody listen. Yeah.
It's what y'all all been waiting for.
You're tapped in to Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Let me tell you something. It is so exciting to have Giveon here with us today. You just had some huge announcements.
Yeah, I announced My sophomore album, July 11th. Beloved.
There's 2 singles out now, which we'll talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And you have such an unusual story because of your talent. Just even the way when you first came out that people were hearing about you going on tour with like a Snow Allegra and not even having full projects is crazy.
Yeah, I think she was just like, was a fan of just my voice. And it was just, she was just like, I gotta have you here somehow.
Do you know how unusual that is? Like the way that a lot of things have transpired for you?
Yeah, and it's like, it's kind of catching up now in a sense of there's a lot of steps I skipped that I wish I didn't skip because I would have been able to learn certain things or navigate certain things.
Like what? Because I know you were discovered basically on SoundCloud, not a lot of views on the SoundCloud, and got signed off of that, which is like, come on, that doesn't normally happen.
They wanted me to go and perform live at a rehearsal studio to make sure my voice was real.
Your voice, I'm not going to lie, in the music, your voice don't sound real until we hear this is how you really talk.
Yeah. I love it too because it's like, that means it's unique and
it's
no
distinctive.
One else will. Yeah.
How important is writing for you? Because I know collaboration's important too.
It's extremely vital to my authenticity, but it takes a lot out of me because I'm going back to specific places and I'm literally visualizing it, and it's like I'm almost reliving those feelings and emotions again. And especially for my new album, the vocal delivery is levels above my last album.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
so you feel like you've outdone yourself.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Right now, you hear it. Giveon is here with me talking about his new album, On the Way, Beloved, July 11th. Oh, so the first 2 songs already are smashes. Let's talk about 20s.
Okay. And
I think men try to act unemotional.
I don't know why.
You know, it's very few men that you could listen to, and he's talking about the heartbreak that he went through, or I wasted my time with her, or even rather be with you than someone new. I feel like women stay in relationships a lot because of that, and we talk about it, and men do it, but they don't express it.
That's one thing I want to push to the forefront. Like, I'm not numbing my emotions. I'm sensitive and emotional. It's also not healthy to not.
You're right.
So it's just like, men, y'all need to cry a little more. Also, girls love it.
Oh God.
Yeah,
girls
love an emotional man. Just not too like unhinged, but it's like if you having a long day and you come to your lady and be like, I had a long day, and just lay on her lap. She loves that. She gonna rub your head and she gonna be like, he feels safe with me.
I wanna now, Giveon, do you take accountability for the things you do in relationships?
Yeah. But I ain't gonna put it on wax. That's another album.
Because I feel like you talking about some smooth things that you have going on is making me be like, okay, he ain't just getting his heart broke. He's doing some heartbreaking too.
Yeah, but it's also, I was just, right, like to set it up. Yeah, but I think it was also, I just turned 30 like 4 months ago. And people ask me like, how does it feel to be 30 now? I'm like, it feels the same. But I can't, it hasn't felt exactly the same. There's just a level of awareness. So whenever when I was in the wrong, I genuinely didn't know any better.
Like in your 20s, like you said in the song, you were learning yourself.
Yeah.
Too.
Or
and
trying
you.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I say 6 years going down the drain, I guess I'm half to blame.
Okay.
Like,
that's accountability.
You know?
Half of it is your fault.
Half of it.
What do you think it is like in relationships that, like you said, you were learning in your 20s?
Yeah.
Right? But what is it that like hasn't connected? Like what are some of the themes that you see and things that haven't worked out for you?
I grew up in a very masculine, overly assertive household. And you can't talk to, I mean, I'm sure you can't talk to men like that, but you for sure can't talk to women like that. Even if it's like, you feel like you're right or you're misunderstood. There's just a way to speak. So I think my delivery, I think it always would get me into a place where it'll make something bigger than what it have to be.
Like, give me an example.
Let's say I'm dating someone. She's like, you didn't text me for, or
why didn't you call me before you went to bed?
My bad, I'm sorry, I went to sleep. Then it's gonna be like, well, you still could. I'm like, whoa. I would be like, I just said I was sorry. Now we about to go on the blah, blah, and I'll just get riled up. But now I would probably be like, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Like, it'll just be a lot more chill, and then that'll make her be like, okay, maybe I need
So maybe you get defensive.
I would get defensive, and I would I would get more annoyed because I know that I would get defensive, so I'll try to hold it off.
Truth.
Yeah.
And you're like, I said this. I don't want to have to keep on explaining it instead of saying, I know it's hard to date somebody like me. And
see, that's a good one. I'm sorry. Work went late.
And work went late. And so, yes. But and you're right. It is a lot of times delivery and communication. Because it probably isn't easy to date somebody like you.
No. But I'm also still finding the answers. And I also learn it through songwriting. I'm still kind of navigating, like, why doesn't this work?
Right. Right now, you hear it. Giveon is here with me talking about his new album, On the Way, Beloved, July 11th. And look, let's bring that to the other song that you have out from the new album, Beloved, because I love this song, Rather Be. I look at it like sometimes we stay in something that maybe we shouldn't because it's better than the unknown.
Yeah. I was writing that from a place of whatever flaws that I'm having in this one, it was happening so many times that I'm just gonna be like, oh, this is always gonna happen no matter what relationship I'm in.
See, there's a theme. That's how I was saying. What is it that is a common thing that you see in relationships that don't work for you? So it keeps on happening.
Yeah,
so maybe
at some point I gotta be
you.
like at some point I'm just like, wait, hold on, why is this same thing happening? And then it could be hopeless about love, like, this ain't gonna ever work. And I think that's like what 30 is about. Is accountability.
The album is called Beloved, and so like we said when we saw the trailer for the album, it's a letter. So this is a letter to someone.
Without giving it away, I wanted it to feel like a letter to the listener. Here's the story, if you're wondering where I've been at. I'm just a big fan on multiple meanings. So beloved, beloved, it's a lot going on. Yeah.
Well, listen, I appreciate you. I know you got a ton of things that you're doing, but now that we're friends, next time I'm going to get more into your business.
Yes, and I'll tell you.
Well, I can't wait. Any guest appearances we should know about?
I want to do this one by myself. Again.
The whole album is by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, we like it.
I love doing that. My mom not even on it.
What?
Yeah, she was trying to send voice notes. I was like, you gonna have to come.
Look, you got to wait with that once.
Yeah. You gonna have to come play the bass or guitar or something.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming through. I so appreciate it. And I cannot wait for the new project. And just congratulations on everything. Honestly, so excited that you came here. Because like I said, you're mystique. I know you don't go everywhere. So I appreciate you.
Yes. No, thank you. Thank you for having me. And I'm excited for you to hear what I mean by I think I outdid myself.
Okay. I can't wait. You can watch that full Giveon interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, me and Akeem and you have the last word. It's Way Up.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and thank y'all for joining me today. Thank you to Giveon. Thank you to my guest host, Akeem Woods. Hey. You're like a regular guest host.
I'm a regular
guest host. And I know you got some things coming up.
Yes, you guys, I'm doing a monthly show here in New York. The first one is tentatively going to be June 26th.
Okay.
Which is a Thursday. I'm locking in the venue right now, but if you live in New York, follow me on Instagram and just DM me and say, hey, I live in New York. So that way, when I can, I'll send you a link to get tickets when the link is active. It is going to be June 26th.
Oh, I'm coming.
Oh, yes. Angela's going to be there. So go just follow me on Instagram, Akeem Woods.
I'm a DM you.
Yes, you can text me. But Akeem Woods, AKEEM Woods. Follow me on Instagram. If you live in New York, DM me. I'm running my hour every month. And it's Pride Month, so this is going to be gayer than normal.
Okay, can't wait.
But if you're straight, you can come too, because, you know.
Yeah, we're all welcome.
Yeah, everyone's welcome.
All right, well, again, this is your show, so you have the last word.
Yeah, I'm calling for the secret tea time. I'm from Philly. I'm not from Atlanta, but I got that Georgia peach, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I had sexual intercourse with a well-known rapper / actor. We met in a bar in Philly, and he took me to a hotel. He doesn't want me to say his name. Bye, Angela Lee. I love you. Bye.
I like to shine a light on my cousin, Wendell Marks. I love him so much. If it hadn't have been for him, I probably wouldn't have finished high school. He really helped me out, and I just really wanted to shine a light on such an awesome human.
Angela Yee is Way Up.
On the way up.